In this video, I'm going to be ranking the best value cards right now in NBA 2K25 My Team on a tier list here ranging from S that does go all the way down to D tier. And guys, I have about 50 of the best value cards in this game. And what did you mean by a good value card, or some of the best value cards are going to be for how much MT they go for on the auction house compared to how good they are in game. So I did put a couple cards on here as an example for you guys to fully understand, what a value card is. So for example, Dark Matter Pau Gasol, he is one of the worst value cards in this game in my personal opinion, because he goes for over 100,000 MT and he's honestly not that good at the power forward position. And if we compare him to for example to Galaxy Opal Miles Turner, this card goes for 40,000 MT, maybe 50,000 MT at the most, so he's half the price, maybe even triple less the price than Pau Gasol, and I would say he's a much better power forward card. So that's what I mean by a value card. So like Miles Turner, he's probably an A tier because he's 40,000 MT and he's a really good power forward. So besides a couple cards like Pau Gasol and Aaron Gordon, just to show you guys as examples, because both these cards are just not good for their price, all the rest of these cards though, the other 50-ish cards, are going to be extremely good for their price, whether they're 5,000 MT, 25k, 50k, 100k, or they're 500,000 MT. All of these cards, in my opinion, are going to be some of the best value cards in this game for their price tag. And I think we're starting off Pink Diamond Jabari Smith Jr., maybe one of the best value cards in this game, because he goes for what, 35k, maybe 40,000 MT at the most. But this card is seriously one of the best cards you guys can buy in this game for his price tag. 6'11" at shooting guard with a 7'3" wingspan. Insane to have that height and that wingspan and that player build at the shooting guard position. His jump shot is also amazing, like seriously an elite level jump shot. His SIGs are also great. He's got the Kawhi behind the back, he's got the Kevin Durant escape. I mean, he is so good for his price, and to me he is pretty much like Dr. J, but taller. Because if we look at Dr. J, Pink Diamond Dr. J, who is around the same price tag, maybe 25-30k, and he's about the same level at the shooting guard position. I mean, he was always like the best value shooting guard in this game for a while, and he still is one of the best value cards in this game. But Jabari Smith has similar and better dribble SIGs, because Dr. J has the Kawhi behind the back, has the KD escape, but then Jabari Smith Jr. also has what, the Devin Booker dribble style, I think it is, right? Yeah, Devin Booker dribble style and size up, as Jalen Brunson size up. So like, he has better SIGs than Dr. J. He has arguably the better jump shot. He's much taller with a way longer wingspan. So to me, I think for about the same price, I would take Jabari Smith Jr. over Dr. J. But I think both these cards are really good for their price at the shooting guard position. I got Jabari Smith Jr. in S and Dr. J in A. Now talking about Galaxy Opal Paul Millsap, to me he's like a solid card for his price. I would say like B tier. I would say like Antoine Jameson, also B tier. They're solid cards for their price. They're not like extremely good, but they're not extremely bad. Like, they're definitely very solid cards that I do think deserve to be in the B tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Bargnani, I think he's a sort of power forward on the same ranking as a Miles Turner. Now, maybe you could go like B tier for Bargnani, because I think Miles Turner is better at the power forward position, and he's a little bit cheaper. He's like half the price of Bargnani's price, so we'll go Bargnani in B tier, but I do think he's still really good at the power forward position. Paul George, I think he's a great card, but he's 100,000 MT. And again, at shooting guard, I would just much rather Dr. J. I would much rather Jabari Smith Jr. And there's probably going to be some other shooting guards that are in B tier that are at least on the same level, but cheaper than Paul George. I think Galaxy Opal Paul George is a great card. I think he's really good, but I just don't know if he's really worth his price tag being 100,000 MT. So for me personally, gonna have to put Paul George in that C tier category. Now talking about Diamond Delano Banton, this is easily an A tier value card, and you guys have to remember, maybe there's going to be a point guard in a lower tier that could be possibly better than Banton, but Banton is 4,000, 3,000, 5,000 MT. He's like the cheapest card in this game. He's a 6'8" point guard with a really good jump shot, 95 speed with ball. So for his price tag, for his price, he's going to be in the A tier category when we're talking about the best value cards in this game. I'm talking about Galaxy Opal Tyler Hansbrough. To me, he's still probably A. He's like 35k. He is so good at the small forward position. He's definitely better than Antoine Jameson, in my personal opinion, and they do go for around the same price tag. So I'm going to throw Tyler Hansbrough in the A tier category. I was about to say Dark Matter, Jaren Jackson Jr., but Galaxy Opal Triple J is another good card at power forward. I think for me, he's probably like high B tier. Again, a step down from Miles Turner. I do think Miles Turner is just a better card at the power forward position, but they do go for the same price. They're about 40k MT, maybe 45, 50k, depending on the market, if it's down or if it's up. But Jaren Jackson Jr. is still a really good defensive card with a solid jump shot as a power forward. Now, Dark Matter Luol Deng, to me, guys, is one of the best value cards in this game still, because he is 100k. He was literally 100,000 MT on Thursday and Friday. I think right now the market's up, so he might be like 150k, but still, for that price, you're talking about a small forward card that can literally do it all. He's 6'9", so good height at the small forward position, 7-foot wingspan. His defense is amazing, stats and badges wise. He's also got the best defensive motion style in this game, which is going to be Kawhi Leonard. His jump shot is changed. It's a really good jump shot. D-Mitch Bays, Oscar Upper, on very quick. He's got a great fade with the KD fade. He's got amazing dribble sigs. Besides the De'Aaron Fox dribble style, he has Fox size up, which is solid. He's got Kemba escape. He's got Garland behind the back. I mean, this card is just a two-way small forward as elite, but he's also got some nice sigs in there as well and a good fade. So I think for his price tag, to me, is going to be an S tier value card. Galaxy Opal Denny, it's a hard card to rank because I think still for his price, he's going to be S tier. He's like 200k plus. He might even be more than that, but he is like a top 8 to 10 point guard in this game. I did a point guard video earlier today ranking the top 10 best point guards, and I had him at number 10. A lot of people in my comments so far have seemed to maybe put him at like number 7 or number 8. Some people I think even were saying to put him at like number 5. So to me, like, if you're getting a top 10, top 8 point guard in this game, a top 10 card at their position, especially with how stacked the point guard position is, if you're getting that high of a card for 200k, that is really good value. That means you're getting a top tier card in this game for 200,000 MT. To me, I think that's worth their price. I think Denny is amazing at point guard. I do think he's one of the best value cards in this game. I'm going to put him in the S tier category. Galaxy Opal Rudy Gay, at this point in my team, is still a great card, but I would love to see, with Paul George and Rudy Gay, I would love to see them get Dark Matter cards. I would love to see them get, I mean, I don't really want them to get 100 overall cards because they're probably not going to be affordable for someone like me. But like, if they get Dark Matter cards, Rudy Gay might only go for 300k, 200k if he's a shooting guard. Like, he'll be good for sure. Like, if he can play the shooting guard position and he's a Dark Matter with his jump shot very quick, he'll be a great card, but he might only be 200 to 300k. And then he might be like an A or S tier value card, but I think for his Galaxy Opal, he's going to have to be in C tier. But I would love to see new Dark Matter, Paul George, new Dark Matter, Rudy Gay in season number 7. Andrew Bogut, similar situation to Denny. Again, I think Bogut is a top, I think I had him at number 7 or number 8. So again, a top 7 point guard, top 7 card at their position for 200k or however much Bogut is going for. Again, to me, that is extremely good value. Is he an expensive value card? 100%. But I do think he's still worth his price because of how good he is at the point guard position. I mean, he's 7 foot as a point guard. That's all you really need to know. Now, Dark Matter Amen Thompson, I think, is another S tier card when we're talking about value. 200,000 MT. This card is insanely good at shooting guard. His sigs are amazing. His jump shot is good. He's got the Pro 2 fade. He's great defensively, 99 speed, 6'7" shooting guard. He's like the perfect guard in this game. He can be a great defender. He can be that lockdown, but he can also be your main ball handler. He can also be your main scorer. I think for 200k, again, you're getting a top, 7 shooting guard in this game. I don't really know where my shooting guard ranking is, but he's at least top 10. He's probably like top 7 now. So I do think he's going to be an S tier 100% for his price tag. Dark Matter Chet, to me, seems like a tier below that. I think Chet is really good for his price. It's kind of different because he's a better card than Miles Turner for sure, but he's also like 200k. So it's like Miles Turner's 40k, but he's worse than Chet, but Chet's 200,000 or 150k, whatever he goes for on the auction house right now. So it's kind of hard to rank that one because Chet's definitely a better card than Miles Turner, but I think for his price is probably on like the same level. It kind of balances itself out. So I'm going to go A tier for Miles Turner. Galaxy Opal Giannis, I think, is probably A tier still. This card, he dropped a lot recently in price. I believe he's down to 100k. Like, I've seen him multiple times for a buy now price. And I think 100,000 MT is a really good price for Giannis. He is still 6'11" at small forward. He plays really good defense. I know his jump shot isn't great, but I mean, amazing defender, really good slashing card. He grabs a lot of rebounds. I don't think he's like top echelon value wise. I don't think he's S tier, but I think he's for sure going to be in the A tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Ron Artest, I think for his price, he's probably B tier. Like, he's a good card for sure, but I would much rather Dr. J as my shooting guard for their price tags. Would much rather, obviously, Jabari Smith Jr. at the shooting. Actually, you know what? I'll go A tier for Ron Artest. He is really good defensively. He's not as good as Amen Thompson. He's not as good, in my opinion, as Jabari Smith Jr., but he still is a top tier shooting guard. I do think he's going to be an A tier. Carlos Boozer, he's on the same ranking as like an Antoine Jameson at the small forward position, in my opinion. Dark Matter Alex Sarr, he's a very similar card to Chet. To me, they're like the same price. They're the same card. Really just depends on whose jump shot you guys prefer more. Dark Matter Stephon Castle, I think is a good card for his price. I don't think he's S tier anymore. Like, I would much rather spend the extra MT to go get a Galaxy Opal Denny, to go get a Galaxy Opal Andrew Bogut. They're better point guards and they're not that much more expensive, but I still think Stephon Castle, for his price, really good defensive point guard, and I do like his jump shot quite a bit. Pink Diamond Jonathan Bender, at this stage of the game, is probably C tier. Again, he's really good for his price. He's like 5,000, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 MT. He's a 7-foot small forward with a very quick jump shot. But again, it's another card that I would love to see get a Dark Matter, or at least get a Galaxy Opal with some updated stats, some updated badges, maybe some updated SIGs as well. Would be huge for this Jonathan Bender card. But I do think he's still a good value card. Would love to see Jonathan Bender get a new card very, very soon in my team. Pink Diamond Wemby, guys, to me, is still S tier, because I know he's slow, and I know he's probably not the quickest on his feet, but he's still uncontestable with his jump shot. He is so glitchy defensively. He's so glitchy in the paint. His layups are insane. His dunks are unbelievably hard to contest and block. And then the other thing about this card is he's dropped in price crazy amounts. He's down below like 100k. He's like 90,000, 85k. And I think for that price is definitely one of the best value cards in this entire game. Talking about Galaxy Opal Walker Kessler, I think he's a solid center for his price. He's only 25, 30k. He's like one of the only budget centers in my team, and he's great defensively. He's got a good jump shot. I do think he's going to be in B tier. Eddie Curry, also in that B tier category, another really good budget center option. Anthony Black, I would say, is for me also in B tier. Point guard wise, I mean, we only really have one expensive point guard in Stephon Castle, but I do think Delano Banton is better than Anthony Black, and they're about the same price tag. So I think B tier is fair for Anthony Black. Rocco is A. In my opinion, Rocco is so good defensively. 6'9" at shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan. His jump shot is great. His defense is top tier. I do think he's going to be in somewhere in A. Now, this Diamond Alexis card, I would say, is probably also A. He's 7'2" at the small forward position with the Austin Reeves base, Donovan Mitchell upper on very quick timing. His jump shot is elite. I know he's another slow card, just like Wemby, but 7'2" at small forward is insanely overpowered and is extremely good value for that card. I would say Galaxy Opal Caruso, to me, is probably somewhere in B tier. He's good for his price, but he's not insane. Galaxy Opal Dino, he's on the same ranking as Miles Turner. Both those cards are really good at the power forward position. Dino only goes for like 30k nowadays, which is really good. Dark Matter Dikembe, extremely good for his price. I mean, yes, he's expensive. He's definitely the most expensive card on this list. He's 500k, but that card is so good for 500,000 MT that I think he's an expensive value card, but I do think he's one of the best value cards in this entire game. Now, talking about Galaxy Opal Bilal Coulibaly, realistically, guys, to me, he's going to be C tier. He's expensive. Like, he's 100,000 MT. I know he's really good. He's a great card. I just don't think he's worth that 100,000 MT price point, in my personal opinion. Galaxy Opal Ricky Davis is a good card. I would say he's going to be somewhere in B tier for his price. I would say Kalel Ware also going to be in B tier for his price. Dark Matter Ricochet is good for his price. I don't think he's as good as like a Denny or a Bogut, so I think he's probably A tier. In my opinion, he's expensive. He's like 200k, but he's a 6'10" point guard with an okay jump shot. His SIGs are good and his defense is top tier. So I do think Ricochet is going to be an A tier. Pink Diamond Beasley, still one of the best value cards in this entire game. He's like under 40k. His jump shot is still my favorite release in this entire game. His SIGs are solid. His offense is amazing. He's easily going in the S tier category. Pink Diamond Dyson, I think you have to put this card in S, man. I know he's like not the craziest point guard in this game, and he's not as good as Denny, he's not as good as Bogut, but he's like 10, 15k. He is so good defensively. 99 steal, 6'7" point guard. Dark Matter LaMarcus Aldridge, I think, is probably high A tier. He's sort of like Chet, like a Dark Matter Sarr. Really good Dark Matters, and they're definitely worth their price tag. I would just take Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith Jr. over LaMarcus Aldridge when it comes to their price tag, just being a little bit better value-wise. Drew Holiday, he's on the same tier as Caruso. I think they're very similar at the point guard position. Vlade Divac is probably in C tier, in my opinion. He's not that great of a card. Tyson Chandler, he's probably also in the C tier category. Amore Caspi is good. I think Amore Caspi is in B tier. He's 6'9" at shooting guard with a really good jump shot. Dark Matter Tim Thomas, a great small forward option. And so is Dark Matter AK. I know is on here as well. Both these cards are really good for their price. They might be a little bit more on the expensive side, but they're both top tier small forwards. Tim Thomas is 6'10" with a really good jump shot, great dribble SIGs. AK is amazing defensively, one of the best defensive small forwards in this entire game. Galaxy Opal Buzelis is really good. He is kind of expensive. He's like 90k, but I'll still probably throw him in like the A tier category. Mondo Ginobili, one of the best value point guards in this game. I think he's also going to be an A tier. Roy Hibbert to me is sort of B. His jump shot's not the best, but his defense and his player model is insane at the center position. I would say Terry Dischinger, because he's only 6'7", he's going to have to be in the B tier category. Pink Diamond Kristaps, a little bit slow at center and a little bit outdated, but I do think he's still a really good value option for like 20-25k. He's going to be in B tier. Dark Matter Beasley, just like the Pink Diamond, both these cards are going to be in the S tier category. Onyeka Okongwu is good. I think he's probably B tier. Trevor Booker, also really good. At the small forward position, I'll probably throw him in that low A tier category. But in my opinion, guys, these are all of the best value cards in this game. Any single card from like B and above, I think are really good for their price. Not saying that the C tier guys are like bad for their price, but I just maybe wouldn't pick them up if I were you guys. But any card in B and above, I think are like really good for their price, especially A tier and the S tier cards as well. And then again, just to show you guys as an example, like Dark Matter Pau Gasol, Dark Matter Aaron Gordon, they're just not good for their price and are some of the worst value cards in this game. But let me know what you guys think about my tier list. Hopefully you guys did find it helpful, and yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.